Bezrat Hashem, I just want to explain the following. The topic that we're going to be learning is not a 1, 2, 3 topic. It's a topic that if you really, really delve into, there's a lot of depth and a lot of information. So just because we're going to start the topic does not mean we're going to finish today. It's a topic that I would like to make like a series, because I think when we have series, one shiur is going to build on the next shiur, and the next shiur is going to be on the next shiur. So that way, in the end, when we will be finished with the entire topic, I think we're going to get it clear. We're going to get it clear. So
do it like a few Wednesdays?
I think so. I think we're until we finish the topic. So the topic that I want to start discussing, everybody wants to know. Today, unfortunately, we see that there are difficulties that we see in the community, and it's unfortunate that every day we hear. I deal with shidduchim, try to help people to get married, and also deal with people that have marital direction they need, and unfortunately, day by day you see that the generation is declining, or maybe it's a decline. Yerida letzorech aliyah. Maybe it's a decline for in order for us to go up. But the point is, today, let's be realistic. It's very difficult for individuals to get married, and it's also very difficult for individuals to stay married. So
is this unusual, or is it just now?
If it's unusual or now, the truth is, you mean was it always like this?
Because people know from an education point of view, they always had these problems.
So
is it unusual?
I am not sure. I think it is unusual. I personally think it's unusual because
it's worse now than
I see that when we were younger, we see people, Baruch Hashem, had a certain direction. There's a certain level of listening. People had the ability to listen. Today, Baruch Hashem, people will live in the era of social media. So everybody's a chacham, everybody's smart, everybody feels like they're enlightened with so much information. And it's very hard. The smarter you are, the harder it becomes. So I wanted to delve into the topic. What is the purpose of marriage according to Torah? And obviously it's not, one more time, I'm going to repeat myself again, it's not a topic that we're just going to cover with one night. But I wanted to go into some of the Rishonim, and obviously starting with the Torah. What does the Torah speak about? Where does the Torah speak about getting married? So if you look at, I numbered it. Start 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So number 1, it's a pasuk in the Torah, Parashat Bereshit, Sefer Bereshit, Perek Bet Yud Chet. Right? If you look, the pasuk says, Vayomer Hashem Elokim lo tov heyod ha'adam levado. Where's the source? Where's the source? Obviously today there are many books on marriage, and there are so many books on dating. But the best place to get information from is from our Torah and also our Chachamim. So where is the source? The pasuk says, "Vayomer Hashem Elokim lo tov heyod ha'adam levado, e'aseh lo ezer kenegdo." Number 1, Hashem says, it's not good to have Adam alone. E'aseh lo ezer kenegdo. I will make him ezer. I will make him help. Kenegdo, opposite him, right? Or parallel to him. There's going to be help. Hashem says, if we look at the pasuk, it's interesting. The pasuk says, lo tov. It's not good. Heyot ha'adam levado. It's not good to have a person be alone. Now we're going to try to discuss this understanding. What does it mean it's not good? What do you mean it's not good? Why is the Torah using this language? It's not good to have Adam alone. It's not good. What do you think is that? So if you look at number 2, Shadal, it's one of the commentaries, Targum Shadal. He says, Lo tov heyod Adam levado, en hakavana lomar. Listen to what he says. Interesting. He says, what's his interpretation? How does he interpret this? Lo tov heyod Adam. It's not good to have Adam alone. So look what he says. Huh? Yeah, it's not good to have a man alone. Well, first of all, why is it not good to have a man alone? Why does the Torah use the language lo tov? Tov. I'll give you a little hint.
But man versus lady. Lady can stay.
No, it seems like anybody cannot. Adam over here doesn't mean man. I mean, Adam means a human race. Human race cannot be alone, right? It can't be one person. It has to be someone else together with him. But it's interesting that why use the language lo tov? That this is something the commentaries try to lo tov. So I was thinking like this. I was thinking to myself, if you look at the entire creation, after everything HaKadosh Baruch Hu created, Hashem used the word, vayar Elokim ki tov, ki tov, ki tov, right? And Hashem saw that it's good. So over here, as a matter of fact, on Monday, Hashem did not say it's good because it wasn't complete. Only on Tuesday, it was completed. So the Torah says, Pa'amayim ki tov. On Tuesday, 2 times Torah says ki tov, right? But the point tov, it means what? What does tov mean? What does good mean? What does not good mean? Why it uses this language? Look what Shaddai writes. Lo tov yodam la'avad, number 2. En hakavana lomar sha'el nimnach memachshavato. So he says, it doesn't mean that Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so to speak, changed his mind. You know, in the beginning he created Adam. He's like, you know what? Something's going on over here. Not good to have him alone. Let me change that. I invented him to be alone. I changed my mind. Now, so he says, no, that doesn't mean that. So what does it mean? He's basically, if he's saying that means that's what he's bothered with. Why does it say Hashem, so to speak, says it's not good to have Adam alone? What, he changed his mind? What happened? Changed his mind? It's like in the beginning he created him alone. So why create him alone? Basically, that's what he's asking. Why create him alone? If it's not good, create him the way he's supposed to. No, he created him.
Why didn't he create pairs?
Yeah, that's exactly what. Create pairs. It seems like, from the first glance, if you look at the Torah, it looks like Hashem created him, and he's like, you know what? I thought about it. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. So the question is, why? Hashem is able to change his mind?
Hashem didn't create him alone. Hashem created it with him.
And so now what is he saying? And what is he saying now? Now him being created with me is no good? What is he saying now? He's changing his mind? You hear the question? It's a good question. The Torah says it's not good to have Adam alone. What do you mean? But he made him alone. You hear this? Tzaddik.
Yeah.
He made him alone. So if he says that it's not good, why did he make him alone?
Right.
Make him with a woman. And if we don't say that, we can't say that Hashem changed his mind. So if we can't say that Hashem changed his mind, we have to understand then what does it mean?
But he did pair them up.
Afterwards.
After.
But in the beginning, basically he says it's not good. Why not good? Again, it looks like he's changing his mind. If he's changing his mind, that means what? Hashem needs to change his mind? That can't be, right? Which, right? Basically, what we're doing is we're eliminating the chances of what could be, right? Can it be that Hashem changed his mind? He wanted to create Adam first, and it says, no good? No. That can't be. So then, if that can't be, why didn't HaKadosh Baruch Hu create together,
You
right?
never know what alone means.
Look what he says. It doesn't mean that Hashem changes his mind. According to his interpretation, what the Torah is trying to teach us is to awaken us. It's telling you the importance of a partner. The reason why the Torah wants to tell you it's not good, it's telling you purposely Hashem created Adam Rishon alone so that you will feel the importance of a partner. Why? Look, unbelievable. He says, Hashem wanted Adam Rishon to be a moment without a woman. Why? Because and then he made a woman from why? So it's going to be dear to him. That means Hashem made Adam Rishon initially alone, purposely. That was part of the creation. Why? To make him feel like he's missing something, so that he'll feel that a woman is dear. That's a beautiful pshat. Right? After he feels like, oh my gosh, it's so boring without her. I'm so bored. I really need a woman. Oh, you need a woman. That means you understand. So Hashem purposely made that so that people in the future generation should learn. You want to be a wise guy? You want to think what? It's good to be alone? It's not good to be alone. Hashem made that. That means the initial creation was for that reason. He created him alone purposely so that a person will feel like I'm missing something. He shouldn't feel like I'm complete, therefore he was created to feel like he's missing something so that he's going to appreciate his wife. So this is one pshat. So it's not like Hashem had to change his mind. No, Hashem from the beginning wanted him to be created this way so that he'll feel like, So to speak, lo tov heyod adam v'ado is Hashem is saying, I want you to recognize that it's not good for you. And how do you recognize? When you don't have it. You see everybody having a partner, and you don't have a partner. Ugh, right? That's one pshat. V'talmidei Moreno Arav Igal. He says, Mosif, כי מה שכתוב לא טוב, אינו אלא כאומר שעדיין לא נשלמה כוונת הבורא בבריאת האדם. Another pshat. You know what it means, לא טוב? Another pshat. It means Hashem's kavanah was not completed yet when he created Adam. You know what lo tov means? Lo tov means it's not complete yet. That means there still has to be a step that needs to be completed. How do we know this? Because again, when Hashem created, on the second day, Hashem created the world, right? What is that? I think Shamayim. He didn't finish Shamayim, right? And on the third day, when everything was completed, right? Then it says, Vayar Elokim ki tov. Tuesday, it says 2 times. Ki tov, right? Why? Because the day before wasn't tov. That means when something is not complete, you can't say the word tov. So you know why by Adam, when he was alone, Hashem says, lo tov. Lo tov. Adam is lo tov. Why? He's not complete yet. Why? כי אחר בריאת כל דבר כתוב וירא אלוקים כי טוב. After everything Hashem created, it says וירא אלוקים כי טוב. שנעשו רצונו. שנעשה רצונו because his creation, his will was fulfilled. וכאן לא נעשה עדיין רצונו כי מעולם לא היה רצונו שיהיה אדם לא יחידי. You know why? Hashem wanted that, from the beginning when Hashem created Adam, he wanted that Adam would not be alone. So lo tov means, so he's giving 2 interpretations. Why it uses the language lo tov? Why Hashem has to change his mind? He addresses this question. No. Hashem doesn't have to change his mind. Why it says lo tov? Because Hashem purposely wanted Adam to know it's no good. So he created him alone so he'll appreciate it. But why use the lashon tov or lo tov? The answer is not complete.
Isn't nobody ever complete?
Huh?
Isn't nobody ever complete?
Oh, so we're going to discuss this. Isn't that's exactly what he's trying to say.
Kids,
Rule,
all that.
That's exactly what he's trying to say. A man is not complete. By the way, everything in creation, again, we're discussing right now creation, right? Until now, everything in creation was completed. Now, when Adam HaRishon was created, he was not completed. We're talking about after everything was created, now Adam HaRishon. He wasn't completed yet. That's what it says, Lo Tov.
Hashem left everything uncompleted, so we should complete it, no?
100%. But in terms of Hashem putting his touch on the creation, you're right. Obviously, Hashem created the world. We should still fill in the blank. Yes, correct. But in terms of God's hand, right? God's hand in the project, he didn't complete Adam yet. You know when he's going to be complete? He's going to have Chava. That is Targum. So first, what do we learn from here?
Do you feel like God's hand is in everything on the way to completion?
I feel, well, you want to know my what's the
Yeah, I'm saying.
Hashem created the world in such a way where there still needs to be blanks that need to be filled out by us. Correct.
Together with Hashem.
Correct. However, in the initial creation, Hashem had to create the world in such a way where the world is able to get completed by our fill-ins. Because if the world is not even complete to a point where we could fill in, no matter what we fill in, it's not going to work, right? I think. But what do we learn from here? What do we see from here so far? That initially, HaKadosh Baruch Hu created Adam in such a way where he's not allowed to be alone. You can't be alone. You have to be married. You have to be with a woman. Because that was really the original question I had. Like, where do we see in the Torah this concept of being married? You know, when I teach Chatanim, the first question I ask them is like, why do you want to get married? That's one question. What's the purpose? Why do you want to get married? And you believe me. You know how many people I speak to, and almost every single Chatan I have gives me the wrong answer. Almost every single person gives me, yeah, I want to have a family. I want to have a friend. I want to
be complete.
Oh, it says I want to be complete. Yeah, after today, after what we just said, you must be complete. But you want to be complete, but you didn't say complete answer. So we're gonna discuss how complete. So you know what? Why do you want to get married? Why do you want to get married?
Nobody has an answer.
Why do you want to get married?
I want to make a family. I want to make kids.
So if it's a mitzvah, why get married? Why tie yourself down to one person? What do you mean? I have somebody that I know. He says, I want to have 4 wives. He tells me, I want to have 4 wives. I said, what are you talking about? What is it called? Polygamy. It says polygamy. How are you gonna have right? So he says, no, don't worry. I'm going to go to those states or whatever, those countries where they allow 4 wives. Why? I want a rabbi. I want to do a mitzvah purvu. So according to you, if the mitzvah is purvu, you don't like my bang.
No,
Okay.
it's bouncing over
Okay.
here. So I'm moving.
So according to you, if it's a purvu, why why stick yourself with someone? Why be married? So do what you need to do, and that's it. Why married?
You can't.
Why
Yeah,
not?
Exactly. Why marry for them?
Yeah.
Why just have
Maybe you
one?
can't.
One in the divorce or just one?
No, just have men.
No, I'm asking why Hakadosh
One
Baruch Hu-
why even get married?
The point is Hashem.
Just have girlfriends.
What I'm trying to explain is like this: God put it in the creation for some reason that a person should want to get married, whether you like it or not. Somehow, even one guy once told me, "I'm never getting married." He told me, and I said to myself, "Yeah, yeah." And he was an older guy. So I'm never getting married. Trust me, I'm never going to get married. He had the girl. Eventually, I hear, "Oh, Mazel Tov."
No, the reason he doesn't want to get married is because he had low self-esteem.
Maybe, whatever. The point is sometimes a person speaks in such a way where you feel like, yeah, man, he's not going to get married. But then all of a sudden, a year, 2, 3, 4, life circumstances show him that, Habibi, you can run, but you can't hide. Because Hashem put it in the Bria, in the creation, a person should want to be married. And my question is, why?
It's the same question as why a girl gets pregnant again after the twins
Correct.
go through.
Correct.
Because after the baby comes, they forget.
Now, let's see. Hashem put, so you see, what does that
The
mean?
love of a baby.
What does that mean? Hashem put it in the creation. It's in the creation, in the DNA of creation, that a person should want to get married. We don't know why, right? We don't know why, but so for some reason
There's
we
a
have
want.
this thing. There's a want, and Hashem made it in such a smart way where there's an attraction. You all of a sudden have attraction. I know you pull to it, and you think, if you think to yourself logically, am I an idiot? I'm tying myself down to somebody for the next 70 years. Am I stupid? Am I dumb? What am I doing? Right? But yet, it's in the creation where people are somehow they want to get married. And the question is, that's I want to understand why. So from this, it's both. It's a physical one and an emotional one. Sometimes the guy says, I just want to settle down. I want to have a friend. I want to have somebody to understand me. I want to have a family. So it could be as physical, it could be emotional, right? But even the physical, it's all for the purpose to get a person to get to getting married. Whatever the reason is, somehow to fool you, right? And all of a sudden, after everything's said and done, like, what? What did I just do, right? What just happened? But according to this, you see from here, Hashem created purposely in the creation with such a thing where a person will feel like he's missing something. That's why he created him alone. So they'll feel like he's missing something, so that he's going to get married. And why say lo tov? Because it wasn't complete. Number 3. I want to read to you a Ramban. Ramban says unbelievable. Lo tov. Again, we're trying to understand this. Lo tov. Lo tov v'yod adam lo. Ramban says number 3. Enenu nireh shenivra ha'adam mitchila liot yichidi ba'olam v'lo yolid. He says it doesn't make sense that a person was created from the beginning to be a person alone without having more children. It doesn't make sense. Shekol ha'nivraim zacharun keva. Because all the creatures were zacharun keva, female, male, female. Mikol basar nivru lo leakim zera. Everyone was created in order to establish zera, seed. Everyone. But it doesn't make sense that Adam would be created alone. Why? Begama esev va'etz zaram bahem. Even the esev, even the grass, and even if you have trees also have a seed inside them. So then he's asking, what he's really asking is, the Ramban is asking is, why would Hashem want Adam Rishon? He's also asking this question. Why would Adam be created alone? Why?
Was Adam created with the ability to produce seed in Mishnah?
No. And again, produce seed, but if he doesn't have a partner, right? What seed? The reason why Hakadosh Baruch Hu created partners is that there's going to be a seed, right? Every creature there's a seed. It seems like if Adam Rishon does not have who to bring out a baby with and children with, why create him alone? So that's what the Ramban says. אבל ייתכן לומר כי היה כדברי האומר דו פרצופים. So first he answers, like the Gemara we're going to read later on, that Hakadosh Baruch Hu created Adam Rishon du partzufim. Du partzufim means 2 faces. No, Adam had 2 faces. According to Gemara, he had 2 faces. One, and the Gemara discusses how 2 faces, like this, or one in the back, one in the front. The Gemara says it was 2. Adam Rishon had two faces, du partsufim. ונעשו שיהיה בהם, and maybe that's what it means. Maybe it means that Hashem created Adam Rishon when it says Adam 1.
The second one was a lady.
That's right. The second one was a lady. It was one person but had two sides. Right? That's what he says. ונעשו שיהיה בהם טבע מביא באיברי ההולדה מן הזכר לקרוא כוח מוליד. And maybe it happened that they had such a thing that they were able to have one body, two faces. But it had a face of Zachar and it had a face of Nekeva. And from that creation, they could have reproduced children. או תאמר זרע כפי המחלוקות הידועות בעבור. והיה הפרצוף השני עזר לראשון תולדתו. So the second face, he says, was help, assisting. Here, second face was assisting to the first face to give him children. That means originally Hashem created Adam 1, according to the way Ramban writes. וראה הקדוש ברוך הוא כי טוב שיהיה העזר עומד לנגדו והוא יראנו ויפחד ממנה ויפרד ממנו ויתחבר אליו כפי רצונו. But Hashem wanted, he was saying, according to the Ramban, it says Hashem created Adam 1. It's really, he created Adam with Chava together. And Hashem wanted to, and technically, they were able to have children like this. But Hashem then decided, no, I want to separate them. They were one, I want to separate them. Why? Vehu yir'enu, so that they should see each other. Because if she's in the back, we don't see each other. He should see, v'yipared mimenu, v'yitchaber elav k'fi retzono. See, separate from it, and connect to it according to his desire. V'zeh she'amar e'aseh lo ezer kenegdo, which means, he explains the pasuk, what does it mean? I'll make ezer kenegdo, parallel to him. What do you mean parallel?
Side to side.
Oh, because originally the ezer was there.
Back and front.
Hashem says, you know what? I want him to be here. Kenegdo, you could see him. It's still some questions you could ask on this, because according to this, why did Hashem want that they first?
Was it front to back in the beginning?
It was front to back, right? And then first, why Hashem created that way, and then boom, separated them that he should teach. So why that? That doesn't answer the question. We're going to discuss it. But the point is, what does it mean? Hashem said, "I'll create Adam alone." According to Ramban, he really created woman with Adam together. From one creation, created them. But then the only thing he did later is just separate them. That's what Ramban says. According to other commentaries, no. It was one person. And then Hashem says, no, he can't be alone. I'm going to create a woman from him. According to this Ramban, he brings a Gemara that no, he created one person, Adam and Chava together. Right? And then he says, it's not good. Let me separate because they have to see each other. Right? They see each other. I guess probably would be when you're always attached without
You don't know what's missing.
without a choice. That's right. Without a choice, you don't have appreciation. That's what he says over here. He says, Kfir Ritzono, when she's next to you and you could always attach or detach according to your desire. Today you come, tomorrow you don't, right? That's more of a, connection. When you're always attached, you don't really appreciate it. When you sometimes have a chance to detach it.
Neither.
Vetam loto. So then he's asking, okay, so why is it no good? Okay, very good. We created them first in the beginning alone and then separated. Okay, yafeh, mazal tov. Why is it no good? So he says, Shelo yomar bo, so that a person should say, and this is a punchline, Ki tov bihiyoto levado. Shelo yitkayem ken. The reason why I say lo tov, you know why? Because a person should never say, it's good to be alone. Ki b'maaseh bereshit hatovu hakiyum. Listen to this. You know what is considered the creation? What is tov? What is the definition of tov? Look what he says. The definition of tov according to Ramban is kiyum. You know what kiyum means? Sustenance. To be able to be sustained. That's the definition of tov. Tov means it's able to continue. He's giving you a beautiful interpretation. The word tov means sustenance, to be sustained, kiyum, to always be, to exist. To exist. That's what tov means. So he says over here, Shlo yitkayem ken ki b'maaseh bereshit hatovu hakiyum. You know what maaseh bereshit, the creation of bereshit was kiyum. The action is being sustained, being living forever. And therefore, he says, like I explained, and therefore over here, according to Ramban, you know what it means? Lo tov, no good. He's not going to be sustained. A man will not be able to be sustained. I have to have.
By himself.
Some men
pull it off.
They have no choice.
And you see in the end, I'll be honest, I actually observe this. You're saying good point. I observe this and I see every man that somehow got detached from a woman and not married, whatever, somehow there's a certain level of depression and incompletion that I see that people have. Certain level of,
And they're all disheveled too.
I see people that, for example, that have families, right?
You
Have
know
families,
why? Because
and-
there's no woman to prepare to.
Yeah, maintain them, tell them.
To look-
that-
to look
I
good
see
too.
men that are put together, everything is what's same. As soon as they get separated, they're not the same. It's not the
Right,
same.
right.
It's not the same. Even if they have a family, big family, kids, whatever, something happens to a man
Yeah.
that
Their
is not the same.
touch still goes away, the value.
Yeah, it's even the face
also, I tell
changes.
you
The
one
face
thing.
changes. The
Rabbi Frank,
Complexion
when you go into
changes.
the public also, when you go alone,
Yeah.
you have a different kind of respect when you go with your wife as a team. Whatever. More complete.
right. So what do we see? I just made pointers for myself. So what do we see from here? Sorry. Over here, what do we see? We see that Hakadosh Baruch Hu created Adam to be tov. And what does tov mean? Kiyum, according to Ramban, to be sustained, to have a continuity. If there's no children, there's no continuity. And how would I make a person have children? By making him feel like he's not complete. In order for you to be complete, is to have continuity. That's considered tov. Interesting. That's all the creation. Hashem created zera, because zera is continuity. If there's no zera, there's no continuity. Beautiful, beautiful. Number 4. Now the pasuk says like this: Al ken Yaazov ish et aviv ve'et imo ve'davak b'ishto v'hayu lebasar echad. Number 4. Pasuk says, finally Hashem says a man has to Yaazov ish. By the way, every word in this pasuk, in every pasuk, has to be studied. And the more you learn the Torah, you realize, oh my gosh, I didn't think of that. How come it says it like this? Why it uses the language like this here? And when you look at the commentaries, you see that there were sages that actually took the Torah seriously. They studied every word of the Torah. What does the Torah mean here? What does it mean? Maybe it means like this. It's unbelievable. It's seriously unbelievable, right? Every word. So the Torah says, Al ken, therefore. This is in Parashat Bereshit, Perek Bet, Chav Dalet, which means later on a little bit. The pasuk says, therefore a man should leave his father's and mother's house, and he should glue himself to his wife, and they should become one flesh. Interesting. Right now, a second ago, we said that the Ramban says what? He was created, Adam, Chava together, right? That was the what's it. And then he separated them because he realized that it's better to have them together, parallel, side by side, which again, according to Ramban, we need to understand why this way. But the point is they have to be this way. And now, by them getting married, they have to basically fulfill what originally was the creation. What was the original creation? They were one. They were one. And since they were one, now they have to be brought to that. How does that happen? He has to leave his father's and mother's house. Ve'ayu lebasar echad. It should be one flesh. Look what Shadal says again. Targum. Ve'ayu lebasar echad hem dvekim ze beze kol kach ki'ilu enam ele guf echad. Look at this. Hashem wants a man and woman to be so attached to, so connected, that they should be one body. Hashem wants, this is what Hashem wants from you. Listen. Hashem wants from each and every one of us, for us to be able to attach ourselves, according to this perush, that we should be one body, guf echad, one body. ומזה מליצת שאר בשר, עניינו קרבה גדולה. שאר, you know a woman, how's a wife called? שאר. She's called a she'er. No she'er basar. Basically, she's my flesh, right? She'er besaro basically means it's referring to a wife. Why? Because you have to be part of my flesh. Yeah. Like we see.
Hashem made them back to back just for the fun of it. You remember? How did he know they were a match? Here you're doing shidduch, you have to match this one to that one. Why did Hashem make them together and it has to work?
Have shidduch, right?
No, even though.
One second. What are you asking?
A man has to match the lady, right?
Yeah.
When you do a shidduch.
Correct.
How did Hashem do this back to back? It was a match. It was perfect.
You were born.
The answer is, it was one creation. It wasn't a match. It was one human.
No, but then you said when you put them side to side,
Yeah.
to see each other, to
Correct.
like.
Whatever. Yeah. To see
But
each
how
other.
did he like her?
to
it was only that girl. That's it.
Correct.
No choice.
Yeah. Correct.
Why we have choice now?
The answer is, first of all, that girl that was created, it was him.
Right.
It was
It was
another
his flesh.
version of him. So when you're technically
How you
looking
like
for
yourself. So
correct,
it's okay.
when you are looking for your match, what you're really looking for, you're looking for yourself. That's what you're looking for. When you're looking for someone, you're really looking for yourself. Your other part of you.
Your other attraction.
You're not looking for a partner. You're not looking at a roommate. You're not looking. That's what we're understanding today. That when you're looking to get married, you're looking for yourself. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for your other half.
Benefit for yourself.
No, not only benefit for yourself. It is going to be benefit, but you're looking for your second half. It's like you know those hearts that they break
Yeah,
and you get
match.
what's it. You're looking for that second piece so that you're going to make one heart. That's what you're doing. You're looking for your piece. You're not looking for a partner. It's not a
How
partner.
do you find it? in
Marriage,
millions of people?
marriage is not partner.
The other half is different.
How do you find it?
Huh? That's what the Torah says. Hello? That's what the Torah says. Ezer kenegdo. She's going to be Ezer kenegdo. She'll be help kenegdo. Really simple pshat means parallel to you, but it means against you. It is supposed to be different. It's supposed to be different to make you grow. You can't be the same. You're not going to grow. It's not you then.
So you're saying that that I know Hashem picks your wife already like before you were born. Is that like is he picking someone that's compatible 100% with you, or is it someone that this is someone you're supposed to be with?
It's the same thing.
People would stay married forever.
So
Same
not like
thing.
compatible 100%, meaning but like you guys work together, or is it some people? Cause
No, he's trying to say, does it have to be a perfect match, or it could be a little bit opposite? I have to work myself to
Correct.
build it.
So that is the Gemara in Masechet Sotah. We're going to discuss the Gemara, famous Gemara. First shidduch, second shidduch. Is it 40 days before Hashem created that shidduch for you, or it's so according to Gemara? It seems like it depends on your actions, right? Second shidduch depends on your actions. With Tzaddik, first shidduch it was 40 days before.
Is it as if a person gets divorced, right?
And there's a whole interpretation what I mean second shidduch. What does second shidduch mean, right? What does second shidduch does it mean that if a person has to actually divorce and what's or second shidduch means in Shamayim, so to speak, there was first shidduch was a plan for him to get married. He didn't because he didn't follow his what's him, and then Hashem says, not this one. We'll give you another choice, right? And that's a
Is that the same neshama from let's say the person gets married 3 times? Is that neshama the first one that he married? Is the second one that he married? Third time that he married? Is it the same neshama?
don't know. It does definitely. We know when it comes to neshamot, we know that when we're talking about neshama again, I'm not baki, I'm not knowledgeable in neshamot, stuff, but.
Is
We
he
know,
marrying 3 different people?
we know that it's possible. I'm saying neshama. It doesn't mean exactly the same. That neshama, like neshama, is unlimited. Like neshama is it's not flesh. It's not human. That is limited. So it could be that part of it could be in this person, part of it could be in this person, part of it could be in this person, right? So it could be. But the point is, when you're looking for a wife or you're looking for a partner, you're not looking for a partner. You're not looking for a roommate. You're looking for yourself. That's what you're looking for. Like we see, it says, Ach atzmi uvsari. You're my bone, you're my flesh. Who said that to whom? This, I think Lavan said it to Yaakov, right? When he went to stay by him, he says, Ach atzmi uvsari ata. You're my bone, you're my flesh. Which means he's trying to say that when a woman, similar thing, that a woman is supposed to be considered like you. It's part of you. Says this pshat. He says, person is not like animal, like the rest of the animals. Zachar, he says, an animal, he's a nekeva, a male animal. Says I'm not sure if it's proper to say male animal. Male animal?
Yeah.
Male usually is by men, no? Basically it's
Male or female?
Male is a male.
right? שהזכר פוגע בנקבה ומזדבק לה והולך לו. An animal sees a nekeva once, boom, does what needs that, and goes, and leaves. ועל ידי כן לא תתחבר מהם משפחה. There's no family here. There's never חיבור, connection. ולא יהיו לאגודה אחת, they're not going to be one. אבל האדם הוא מדיני בטבעו. Hashem created a person in such a way that he should stay. He should be settled. וזה על ידי ששם הבורא שאחרי יזדבק לאישה לא תיפרד דעתו ממנה כשתמת אהבתו. Hashem made a man that when he's with a woman, he will not be separated from a woman. Just when ta'ava is done, desire is done, bye. Hashem created in a person that he actually wants to have a family. He wants not. We're not talking about people that are goyim and people that all they care about is lust, right? Unfortunately, the world created something that's so kadosh into something so lusty, and so all we care about is ta'ava, like an animalistic thing. I just want to do what right? But according to the Torah, no, Hashem put in a person that he wants to be connected. He wants to have a family.
Sustain.
He doesn't want to just do it and go. Hashem makes a woman tied to a man tied to a woman, that you should want to be together. And that's why we have mishpachot and medinot. That's why we have families. That's why we have medinot. How is this saying a very interesting thing? How is there such a thing in the world that we have families? We have medinot, we have countries. How? Because a man was put in this world with this instinct, he should want to be connected to a woman. Why? Because a woman is part of him. Now he's saying, what is the story? Adam, Chava, story, Hashem took Chava from the side. What does it mean? It's coming to teach you like this. This is how a man is supposed to attach himself to his wife. Don't be an animal. According to him, you know what the story is? This whole story, why Hashem has to teach you this whole story of, Adam woke up and he was asleep and then he created. You know why the story is? Don't be an animal. That's the whole point of the story. It's going to give you to love your wife like your own self. It's our obligation to be able to develop this connection, clinging to our wife or to our partner that we're going to get married to, like she's mine. Right? And not an animal. Don't enjoy her, belittle her, and just go. No. Like a donkey, like a dog. No. And all these low lives that all they do is for us. That's what he says. That means according to this pshat, he's saying that the reason why a person gets married, Hashem put in the creation that a person should want to have a family. And the whole story why Adam Arishon, this whole Chava business taking out from the side, what's this supposed to teach us? That a man should want to attach himself to his wife. And Hashem created that. And unfortunately, we are so today, why am I giving this class? Because today we have such a bilbul, such a mix-up of, we don't know terminologies. We don't know where I belong. Like, we don't know where we belong. What is my role? That's the word I'm looking for. We don't know our role. We don't know how to play our role. As husbands, we don't know. As wives, we don't know. Unfortunately, the whole world is mebulbal today. As people that are dating, we don't know. Sustaining ourselves, we don't know. Fathers, mothers, we don't know. Today, we don't know. Today, children are fathers, mothers. Men are women, women are men. Boys are girls, girls are boys. Husbands are wives, wives are husbands. Unfortunately, that's why we need to look at the Torah and say, what is my role as a husband? And unfortunately, a lot of we were raised with unfortunate mentality that I'm a man and she has to be my slave. Right? A woman is supposed to be. Obviously, when we learn Torah and we see exactly what the obligations of a man is, what the obligations of a woman is, we'll be able to have a better understanding of what is my role, what is her role. But so far, we see so far from here, Hashem created in the system of creation that a man needs to be with a woman. He needs to be married. He needs to. Number one, we said, because it's not good to be alone. That's why Hashem created you alone, to feel a little bit what it means. Right? So it's not good. Number two, Hashem created you in such a way. We're just repeating everything. Hashem created you in such a way where you're looking for your partner, your second half, your half. That's what you're looking for. And also Hashem created you in such a way, you should leave your father's house, become one flesh. Why use such a terminology? Become one flesh. Because that's what's happening. When you're getting married, she's your wife, she's your basar, she's your flesh. Right? And why? Hashem put in the creation that people should want to be together, should want to build families. Mishpacha. You know, the concept of mishpacha is a big thing. Goyim, there isn't such a thing as mishpacha, because by then it's like people don't know their fathers, right? They don't know their fathers. But by us, it's kind of this idea of mishpacha, family is a big thing. You know what family means? Family, according to this, means what? What does family mean, according to what we just said? Family means that somebody actually dedicated his life to stay with someone else and fulfill his mission in this world. That's what happened, because since he was married, he stayed with her, she stayed with him. They brought family here, they brought children, and they're together, they build a family. And the truth is that, according to what we said, lo tov, what does lo tov mean? Because tov means kiyum, sustenance, continuity, right? Kiyum. This is not kiyum. If you get married and you have no children, or you're not able to get married, there's no kiyum, and therefore there's no tov. It's beautiful. Now I want to learn with you, Rav Hirsch, what he says. Look at how much it's just from two psukim, how much we're developing here. Any questions so far? I feel like
The mitzvah of somebody who cannot have kids, it's a mitzvah to separate. If you're going against them.
Why?
Because what's the purpose of them staying married?
The answer is because it's not only for children. It's for yourself as well. It's a good question you asked. According to this,
In Russia, they
according to this,
after 10 years.
But halacha is 10 years.
halacha 10 years, right? Again, but are you asking a person that can't have children ever, and she also can't have children?
Together they can't have children. What they really
They might have different ways.
There are different ways.
they go
Oh
through
yeah,
different-
that's a good question. What do you do if it what's it? The point is, whether it's with her or somebody else, the person cannot be alone. He has to be with a woman.
So
That's
could you, with what you just said, if somebody has a girlfriend, is that fulfilling what you just said?
no.
Why is it different? I have somebody. I'm not alone.
The answer is because you have to find someone that will be part of you. You.
She's part of me. She lives with me.
She's not.
Why? What is different?
Because
I'm married to her. Or
Yes, because once you're married, you are fulfilling the obligation of staying with her. When you're a girlfriend, she's a girlfriend, who says you're going to stay with her? Huh?
And you have no obligation.
You could leave wherever you want. You're not tying yourself. That means what you're doing is you're originally tying yourself just for what? What purpose? The purpose of having a partner. But again, we're explaining here, marriage is not partner. Marriage is you. That's what marriage is. You have to find yourself. You're looking for yourself. That's what marriage is all about. So if you have a partner, what you're basically doing, you know what you're saying? You're using. You're using whenever you need, for your needs, your ta'ava needs, right? Basically, it's like an animal. You do what you're doing, and then you're just leaving. Who says you're going to stay with that person, right? You're going to stay with her a day, 2, 3 months, 6, 2, boom, eventually you run away, right? You're not staying. When you marry, what you're saying is, I'm committed to stay. That's what you're doing. And again, I'm explaining a little bit deeper than that. I'm explaining that it's not that you are committing to stay. It's Hashem put it in that creation that a person actually wants to be married. Even goyim, right? Take goyim. A guy could be having a girlfriend for years, right? Even having children, wedlock. Eventually decides he wants to get married. Why do you want to get married? Everything happened already. Yeah, the answer is because he feels marriage, again, you know why? Because Hashem created that in the creation that even a goy should want to be married. Even a goy should want to be complete. Right? So the answer is with a girlfriend.
But a Jew,
It shows that he's doing it for his desire reasons.
Jew does it in the blind. Jew is like, oh, I have to get married, and a guy, he has to live it.
Correct.
for
And
10, 15
and
years.
even then he realizes that the purpose of
need.
creation is I have to be married. That's how it is. There has to be someone that I'm connected to. A soulmate, they call it. As a matter of fact, they say soulmate. What's soulmate? It's your soul. That's what you're looking for. Look at what Hirsch says of Shamshon Raphael Hirsch. He was a genius. Okay? I think he lived in the 1800s. Al-Ken Yazov. Now this is a long one. I'm going to read it. Kolod haya Adam levado adayin lo haya tov. Look what he says. Same thing. So long that Adam was alone, it wasn't good. ומכיוון שנעשתה החלוקה, כבר לא היה ביד אדם למלא את ייעודו בעצמו. Oh, listen to what he's saying. Wow. Once Hashem, this is what he's saying. He says, once Hashem separated a person, again, Hashem was created alone. He says, עדיין לא היה טוב. I still wasn't good. When he was alone, wasn't good. Now, when Hashem split them, וכיוון שנעשתה החלוקה, כבר לא היה ביד אדם למלא את ייעודו בעצמו. Once the separation happened, guess what? I could no longer fulfill my mission by myself. That means originally when I was alone, right? Hashem created me alone. and then Hashem separated me. Once I was separated, he says, now I can no longer fulfill my mission alone. A wife is there, your wife is there to help you to fulfill your mission. This is all we know. Says that without a woman, you're chatzi adam. You're half a man. Only when you get married, adam shalem. As a matter of fact, that's the question I asked the person. Why I want to get married? And the real answer is to become adam hashalem. I want to get married to become a complete man. To be adam. Adam hashalem. Why? Because she's there to help me. She's there to make me a better person. She. Al ken. Therefore, he says, explaining. What does the pasuk say? Al ken yazov ish. Therefore. Kach. Leshem kach. You know, al ken, he explains? Because of this reason. Al ken means, therefore means, because of this reason a man has to leave his father's house and connect to his wife. You know why? You want to be complete? Get out of your parents' house. Go get married. Become one. That's what he's saying. Because of this reason. It's not al ken, therefore, person. No. That's exactly why you have to. Because of this reason you have to get out and get married. You know why? Because you cannot be complete. You need to get married. That's it. You will not be fulfilling your yi'ud, your purpose in this world, if you're not married. That's why if a person is living with his parents, no way. Hashem created in such a way where you live with your parents a certain time, and then that's it. You have to go.
Obviously, get married and go.
No. That's you have to go to get married. He's saying you have to go to get married.
That thing goes somewhere else.
Right. And be one with your wife. Lifnei halukah, he's explaining. Before a person was split, number 6. Haya guf ha'adam mishubad leroch echad. Before a man was split, the body of a person was mishubad. Mishubad means was enslaved to one side. I have to go there. Leratzon eloki echad. You know what is it? To do the will of God. Before Adam was split, he had one mission. So he says, when husband and wife actually come back together to become one, you know what happens? They're becoming one body. Even though they could be one body. You know when they could be one body? They need to come to one de'ah. One opinion. Lev echad, one heart, nefesh echad, one soul. וזה ייתכן רק אם ישעבדו את כל כוחותיהם, משאיפותיהם, מחשבותיהם ורצונותיהם לעבודתו של רצון אחד נעלה יותר. Oh wow, this is very strong. He says over here, how are you able to be with your wife with one heart, one soul, how's it possible? ורק only אם ישעבדו את כל כוחותיהם ושאיפותיהם. If you will enslave all your koach, and your desire, your everything, your shifot, your aspirations, machshavotem, your thoughts and your desires, la'avodato shel retzon echad na'ala yoter. On one will. Who is that will? How am I able to live with one wife, my wife, to be one? That's only if I will follow the same direction. What's that direction? God. Before a woman was created, Adam was alone. Who did he serve? Who technically was supposed to serve? God. When you have a woman now,
Distraction.
it's a right. It seems like it's distracting. So he says the only way you will come back to your original state of being one is if you and your wife are having the same desires, same influence, same aspirations. What is that?
Hashem.
To serve Hashem, because that's how he was before the creation. כאן מונח ההבדל העמוק שיש בין קשר הזכר והנקבה אצל שאר בעלי חיים. Now he says Rav Hirsch, this is where a deep difference there's a depth over here, the difference between an animal and a person.
He splits you in two to come back as one.
Correct. לבני חיי הניסויים של האדם, שאר בעלי חיים חלוקים אף הם לזכר ונקבה. He says the rest of the animals are also split. זכר, נקבה, male, female. אך שם יצאו שני המינים מהאדמה בנפרד. But over there you have two species coming from Adama, from earth, benifrad, two separate species. הם אינם זקוקים זה לזה למלא את ייעוד חייהם. See, animals, I don't need the animal to help me fulfill my mission. A dog doesn't need a dog to fulfill its mission. It's there I want this dog. I'll go. That's why if you took a dog will always bark on any dog. You ever think about it? Why barking there? You have your dog. It will always bark. Because dog's mission is not to be with this one. Dog's mission anywhere. Therefore, the dog will never help another dog to do its yi'ud, purpose. Hem mevakshim umotzim ze et zu rak kidei leolid. So that means I'm only using another dog to have children. That's all. By dog, the reason why they get married or the reason why they have children, whatever is the reason why I have the connection, just to have other babies. ולשיעור הזמן הדרוש לקיים את בינם, and they can only stay with each other as long as they need to do whatever they need to do. לא כן אצל האדם, but that's not that by אדם. האישה היא חלק מהאיש. He says the same thing. A woman is part of a man. והיא עזר כנגדו. She's there to help him. האיש חסר אונים וחסר עצמאות לו אשתו. Look what he says. A man is missing things without your wife. You're missing. You can't do things. רק שניהם ביחד יוצאים אדם שלם. Only together with my wife you create one אדם. החיים בכל בחינותיהם דורשים את התייחדותם. The life is such a way needs both of us to be one. רק על האדם אומר הכתוב ודבק בישו. But for some reason it says אדם. By a man it says ודבק. He has to connect to his wife. He. ורק האדם זכה לחיי נישואין. It means technically a mitzvah for a man to get married. It doesn't say for a woman she has to connect to a man. It says for a man he has to connect to a woman. That's why Hashem created his creation. Who runs after who? A girl runs after a guy, or a guy runs after a girl? Guy runs after the girl. No, take the guy runs after the girl, because Hashem created prettiness. So a guy should be attractive. He should run. Why he should run? Because it's his mitzvah. I need her. For what? She should fulfill me. Right? לדעת חז"ל, רומז מקרא זה להלכות עריות של בני נוח. הכתוב אומר שיעזוב איש את אביו ואת אמו ודאגו באשתו, משמע שבחירת אשתו עליו לסלק את עצמו מאביו ואמו. If I want to choose my wife, I have to separate myself completely from my parents. הווי אומר לא לישא אישה שקרובה אליו יותר מדי. That means don't even marry a woman that is very close to you. אם נתבונן על כך בהקשר של הפסוקים והתחיל על כן, הרי שאולי נזכה למעט אור קלוש בהבנת תם דיני עריות. Now we don't be able to understand the laws of עריות, he says over here. He says over here, in a way, it's good to marry someone you don't really know so much. Because when you really know, it's like your father and mother, right? So you won't be able to change. מכיוון שהאישה נועדה להיות עזר לבעלה. You see, a woman is there to help you. עליה להיות כנגדו. She has to be כנגדו, parallel to you or against you. ומאחר ועליה להשלים אותו, since she's supposed to complete you, היא זקוקה לתכונות שונות. Well, listen to this. This is very important. Since a woman is supposed to complete you, she needs to have different personality. She cannot be like you. If she's like you, then she's not completing you. You don't want to have a wife that's a yes man or yes woman. And that's the problem in our generation. When we get married, we want a woman that will listen to what I'm saying. You don't want such a wife. אדרבה, you want to have a personality. אם יש בין איש האישה קרבה משפחת גדולה מדי, ייתכן שתהיינה לשניהם אותן המעלות. He says, look what he says. He says, when people are relatives, it's not good to marry a relative, says of Hirsch. Because if they marry a relative, then they have the same personality. And if they have the same personality, she will not be able to help you get to your destination. אך ייתכן גם שימצאו בהם אותם החסרונות. וכך זיווגם רק יחזק תכונותיכן הדומות, בין לטוב ולרע, והם לא ישלימו זו. You see? They won't be able to fulfill, they won't be able to complete it. רק אם הקרבה ביניהם אין גדולה, but if they're not so close, תימצאנה בהם תכונות שונות, they'll find different personalities. So it's not so good to marry your relative. People think it's the opposite. According to Rav Hirsch, not so good. You marry your relative, you won't be able to change. You have to say, oh, she's good, as long as she doesn't bother me, she lets me sleep, she lets me eat, she lets me... It's not good! מחמת הבדלים אלה הם יעשו ביחד אדם שלם. You know, so why a person gets married, according to him, it says, when you get married, you become a different person. You become אדם שלם, a complete person. Why? Because she has different desires. הם יצאו בחד בעיות, ומבלו תכף ביד בית השלמות. טעם זה מספיק אולי להבנת איסור העריות ובני נוח, אך עבור ישראל, ששם לדוגמה נוצר קרבה של ודאי יש טעם נעלה יותר. Basically, what he's saying is, again, obviously, there's a lot. We're just touching a little surface here. What we're saying over here is that when you're getting married, according to Rav Hirsch, you need a woman that is different, that will be able to bring out the best in you. If somebody's just like you, she won't be able to make you complete your... So with that understanding, when you see people are having, a wife that doesn't... I have a friend, 30 years, says 30 years he has a shalom bayit problem with his wife. 30 years. And I remember because he would call me. Like it's very, he can't. Now I'm speaking to him. He started learning about Shalom Bayit. He says, you don't understand. He says, all my 30 years, I didn't understand what a woman is. Now he started working on it. He says, my marriage right now is like, we're like birds, lovebirds. 30 years. Because now he started understanding what she needs. If you always think she has to do this for me, this for me, this for me, this for me, then it's not going to work. But once you understand what my responsibility as a man is and what her responsibility as a woman is, according to this, her responsibility is to be as different as she can. The more different she is, the better it is, technically. If I really want to become Adam HaShalem, a complete person. If I want to not really work on myself, so I'm going to look at a girl that's exactly similar to me. According to this, even dating. People date, they want a girl exactly similar to them. No, not good. Technically, you should be able to go look for a girl that, as long as she has certain, characteristics. She has Yirat Shamayim, she pretty, here and there, that's it. What happens? No, she's not like this. That doesn't have to be.
A lot of the girls.
If two people are going out, but personality-wise they don't match, but their values align.
According to this, yes.
You should still go
Yes.
for it.
Yes, 100%. I'll tell you myself, when I was going out, my wife, a lot of things were different. A lot of things. And yet you make it work.
You have to work.
I saw a Shiur yesterday. It said that he said one big thing is that if she makes you laugh. He said if she makes you laugh, if she doesn't make you laugh, it's not going to work. You're living with her for your whole life, for 7 years, and if she doesn't make you laugh, how are you going to have happiness? And
Again, the answer is to you. I'm going to answer it like this. It depends on you. Everything depends on the person himself. If you are a person that wants to grow and understand what your mission in the world is, then it doesn't really technically matter. What does matter, obviously you have to be attracted. It's very important. Attraction is important. But it doesn't really matter what type of personality, what type of what's the name. You could make it work.
You make it work.
As long as she's not
That's
against.
right.
As long as she's not against your learning, Torah, whatever your obligations as a man, and she's more or less what's the name. You that's it. Why? Because what happens is you as you get older, whatever you want now, you're going to realize in 2 years it's going to be different. I remember saying to him 25 years ago, I wish this was that. Now I'm a completely different person. You get mature. Things that I would
You have a wish box.
today a lot of things I hear people saying is fluff. They're looking for fluff. It's not. You don't
Kids
care about
today
fluff.
want the best.
You don't want fluff. When you want cake, you don't want just the cream on. You want the cake, right? So the most important thing today, and we're going to learn this, obviously, is to look at the midot of a girl, right? More or less midot. She's a good girl, comes from a good family, good girl. Everything else will, Bezrat Hashem, will come. Will be the specific questions we could talk separately, right? But the point is, you can't. It's not. The point is, I'll explain to you what it is. It's not one size fits all. You cannot make a blanket statement and say, "Oh, I know this is not good because of this example, and therefore it's not good for everybody." No such a thing. What?
So for the main
Maybe no good midot, somebody to build
Good
to build
midot,
with.
if you find Jacob find a good midot, the looks comes off.
Because between me and you, what happens eventually when you go out?
Thin changes.
Yeah. Sometimes it's also the personality that brings out. No, sometimes the personality of a person brings out the beauty.
Personality overrides the looks.
Overrides the looks.
A lot of property.
It's not made up, guys.